name is Sarah Freed, and my topic is smart cars. Smart cars are not smart because they do not benefit drivers in Southern California. The smart car was originally designed to be the perfect city car. However, most of its features do not fit in with our local driving conditions. The smart car was established in 1993 by two companies. Daimler-Benz of the Mercedes-Benz franchise we know today, and Swatch, a Swiss watchmaker, had a vision of creating the perfect city car. According to Edmunds Incorporated, city cars would feature the build quality and engineering expertise of a Mercedes-Benz, while Swatch would contribute to its funky design. Together, these companies created their version of the ideal city car, emphasizing how many miles per gallon the smart car got and how easy it was to park. Though the smart car was invented to benefit drivers, they do not fit in with the Southern California driving or lifestyle. My claim is that smart cars are not suitable for driving in Southern California. This is because the smart car does not appeal to the Southern Californian sense of style. They are also engineered for completely different driving conditions than those found in Southern California and create a greater risk of traffic accidents and parking violations. First off, the smart car does not appeal to the Southern Californian sense of style. Similar to a survey, the online process to buying a smart car has you go through a series of steps to customize it. While there seem to be many options to choose from online, there are only 3 car models and a handful of colors. This leads to identical-looking cars, and nobody wants to see a car like theirs while cruising down the freeway. Secondly, smart car is engineered for completely different driving conditions than those found in Southern California. The smart car was originally designed to be driven on European streets. These streets are quite cramped, so having smaller cars, like the smart car, create better traffic flow. To get across a city in Switzerland, for example, all you have to do is take some surface streets and maybe a freeway. The city of Los Angeles is quite different. To get from one side of the city to the other is practically a road trip. Comfort, especially on a road trip, is important. For many, commuting to work every day is a hassle, and while it is important to get to their destination on time, getting there uncomfortably will start the day off bad. In general, the bigger the car, the more comfortable it will be. In addition, smart cars create a greater risk of traffic accidents and parking violations. Out-of-state drivers sometimes refer to California as reckless drivers because of how rapidly they change lanes in order to get to their destination faster. Out-of-state drivers sometimes refer to California, because of the smart car's small size, drivers are more tempted to weave in and out of small spaces and on both freeways and surface streets. The original reason why the smart car was made so small was for it to fit perpendicular into a parallel parking space. But this idea was construed in Switzerland. We are not in Switzerland. For many European cities, parking perpendicular to a curve is legal, but it is illegal in Southern California, so a smart car cannot park that way. To sum it up, the smart car does not appeal to the Southern California sense of style, and it is engineered for completely different driving conditions than those found in Southern California. Smart cars also create a greater risk of traffic accidents and parking violations. Smart cars are not suitable for driving in Southern California.
All right, when you start off, it sounds like the opening section has your proposition in it. As it turns out, that's not your proposition, which is probably a good thing because you had two claims, both with negative phrases in it, so that's a little complicated. When you get to the proposition later on, it's a little bit clearer. It still has that negative terminology in it, so we want to try and avoid that. You set up the main points very solidly. That part was clear. There's nice background information, so we get some context for the argument. You could probably use a little bit more factual data at this particular point about the weight of the cars, how long they are, some information like that, since that's going to be relevant to issues that you present later on. The signpost on your first point was clear. I'm not sure that you were as clear about it on the following points. They could use numerical signposting, not just the claims. The claims were pretty clear. Occasionally it sounds like you're being value-oriented, oriented rather than focusing on the factual disputes. The comfort issue, for instance, is largely asserted. There's not any data, there's not any expertise, it just seems to be a presupposition. The Switzerland LA examples are okay, except that they are very hypothetical in nature, and I think you could use a little bit more specific cases in that situation. There's no statistical evidence, there's no testimony, there's some factual data about the cars and about parking, for instance, in Southern California. I think you should probably point out where it is that you discovered that this perpendicular parking in California is against the law, so that at least we know that that's correct. I'm not saying that it's not, I just never heard that before. So it wouldn't hurt to have a source citation on that. And I thought that, like I said, there was a little inconsistency on some of the sources. The claim about weaving in and out and the traffic safety issues, that's largely asserted based, again, on a hypothetical example, and I think you need something more than that to show that driving the cars is dangerous. You have very limited audience contact when you're speaking. You were basically reading out loud. You read it reasonably well, but I don't think it's being delivered as a speech, it's being delivered as an essay. And you do have more time, so there's a lot more that you could put into the argument. Thank you.